This is the CG022. You'll find many other reviews that talk about this being from Ishin. I'm not so sure because on my box it says Aosin Ma Toys. I didn't find any indication that this was from Ishin at any sort. So that's what we have. It comes with a little bit of a unique controller, a little bit of a gamepad sort of controller. It feels fine in the hand. It does take AAA batteries. It's got some cheapos in there. It takes 6. So I found the range on it to be just fine, probably from all the power they're getting through all those batteries. You have the different rate modes. Starts off, of course, in 20%. And then you can go to 60%, and then 100% is up here. It's nice that they labeled those, and the trim buttons all work as well. But back to the rates, you'll probably find that you don't use 100% mode at all because it has that annoying auto flip feature. You see it where it says auto flip over here as well. But if you give it too much, and I'm not even talking full pitch or roll, if you just get a little bit over halfway, it flips in that direction, and it will continue to flip if you try to just push past that. So it really becomes unusable. I have no idea why they would do that, but they have. So, and 60% is pretty good, as I'll show you. It's more than flyable, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty agile. The flip button up here, again, with other reviews that I've seen where they're indicating it's from Ishin, they were able to hit the button and then give it direction to flip in that direction. I wasn't able to make that work. It didn't matter how fast I went, that it always flipped in a series. The first time you hit it, it would do a left roll. The second time you hit it, it did a back flip. Third time, right roll. Last time you hit it, or the fourth time, then it would do a front flip. It's just how it worked every time. It didn't matter what I did. I could not make it flip in a direction that I wanted to. It comes with a 300 milliwatt battery. You see I already put some tape on mine. I found it difficult to remove. I don't like pulling on the battery leads, so I just put some tape on there. It makes it pretty handy. This one's actually a little bit short. I could have used a little bit more, but it allows you to get the tape out, or the battery out of there a little bit easier. It's well built. It feels sturdy. I actually crashed it and hung it up with a tree. See some damage right there after it fell out of the tree. I even got a crack in it. It fell out of the tree from about 10 or 15 feet. It got hung up on a branch underneath one of these props. So I threw a mini basketball at it and it popped out and then crashed. But I flew it after that and flies just fine. It's got these little rubber pads on the bottom of the motor pods, which is a nice feature because when you bring it down, or if you happen to crash on one of them, it'll absorb some of the impact. As you can see, it's got an all clear bottom, and the battery just slides right in here, and there's a little clip. I'll pull this back out. There's this little clip, if you can see that, that is supposed to keep the battery in. I think it's more likely the pressure between the two plastic plates that's keeping the battery in. It fits in there pretty well. It does work with 380 milliwatt batteries, like you get with the Mold King, or I think the A-Top YD829 comes with 380 milliwatt. So you can see that there. It just sticks out a little bit. As you can see, it sticks out. I didn't have any troubles flying with this and it coming out. I really don't think that's an issue. So if you have some of these batteries, you can get a little bit of longer flight time. I didn't time the flights. They're not excessively short or excessively long. It wasn't noteworthy for me. They did include white props in the front and black in the back, which is fine. It gives you some differentiation. I usually like to use brighter colors in the front, something that's really green, and green stands out, or an orange also. It does have some LEDs. It's got one on the front, which it seems to come on and off. I didn't quite figure out why it would come on and then go off. Maybe it has something to do with acceleration. but it also has, I believe, red and blue LEDs in the bottom, which show up pretty well, but I think in night you'll be able to see it a lot better, of course. During the daytime they just weren't bright enough really to make you could see that they were there, but they weren't going to help you with orientation. In the bag you've got a full set of props, which is nice, and you've also got prop guards which slide on. So in order to get the prop guards, you have to take the propellers off and slide the prop guards down over that. And it's got the traditional charger, USB charger you can plug into your computer or cell phone. Works just fine. Here is the prop remover, which is kind of a nice touch. You don't always see that on these. Oftentimes you just have to remove them by pulling on them. So it's nice they included that. As far as the flight on these, it flies a lot like the CG022. If you've got one of those, you probably don't need to pick this up. I believe this retails for $23 or $24. The reason why I have it is because someone in RC Groups talked about a Banggood US warehouse sale, and it was $5.99. So I thought, $5.99, why not? Give it a try. And it's a nice flyer. Something that I find surprising about this size of a quadcopter, you think small, and then you think, well, I can fly this inside. I don't find these to be inside flyers really at all, especially in a home. You might be able to fly them just fine inside in a gym or a much larger space. But unless you like to fly in the lowest possible rates with the slowest yaw and pitch and roll, these are still outside flyers. And they fly very well outside, especially something like this. Let's see if I can get my scale out and I'll give you a weight on it, maybe give you some idea. Oh, the scale's not cooperating. Here we go. Alright, it's already on grams. See if I can get this to fit on here somehow. Well, let's do this. So 26.8 grams, which doesn't seem like a lot, but much larger quads don't weigh a whole lot more than that. So they've got some pretty heavy duty plastics that they've used in there. Sorry, I bumped the camera. I like it. It could have been great if they'd have just left 100% rates off, or left the auto flip feature off. It would have been even better if the flip button allowed you to dictate a direction you wanted to go in. If I'm going to do flips or barrel rolls, I traditionally do it in forward flight. So I'm already flying along, I'll hit the button, let off, give it a flip, so you can make it do something a little more interesting than just sitting in place flipping over and over and over. Flips are kind of cool, but for me, I only use them when I'm doing forward flight. The trim buttons do beep when you give them input. Here, let's just turn this on. Nice little tone there. And a different tone when you use trims. There's a max tone for the trims, and then when you change, just everything beeps. The sticks don't depress either. Let's go ahead and I'll show you those lights. I'm having a hard time remembering what colors they were. That's sometimes important to people. We've got green and blue, and we've got a flashing red light underneath there. It's actually on the top side of the board, so we can't really see that. This also comes on, the little tiny light in the front. Maybe that comes on when you bind it. Oh shoot, let's try this again. So it's bound there. Let's see if that light comes on. Nope. So I'm not sure when that light comes on, but it does come on from time to time. Again, this isn't the Eachine version. This company, Ausenma Toys, maybe has rebranded it. You can see on the front that it looks a lot like a DJI with the stripes. Some companies do that for familiarity purposes, I guess. I don't know. I like it, but it's not an indoor flyer. Not for me, at least, because I'm not interested in flying at 20%. If you know, maybe you put a paper clip on the bottom of this and you pick up army men off your table as something fun to do in the winter months when you can't get outside. Yeah, I guess that would be something that you might want to do at lower rates. That would be fun. Matter of fact, I should try that with one of my kids. If you have any questions or comments, leave those in the section below and I'll do my best to answer your questions. I don't oftentimes get out to fly very much this time of year. It was unseasonably warm today. I think it's going to be warm for the next few days, as most of the country is right now. We've got a midwinter warming streak going. Hope you found the video informative. If you did and you have more questions, let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks. Pretty stable. This is in low rates right now. Yaw is pretty slow. Pitch is very mild, so a beginner could easily fly this. Let's do full yaw here. It does not maintain its height very well when you give it full pitch or yaw. Let's go to the 60% rate. See, it's much more aggressive, much more fun to fly. Well, got it behind me. Sorry, folks. Whoop. These little quads, a lot of people think that they're indoor flyers, but the ones that are the most fun are actually outdoor flyers. They're more fun. They have a little bit of speed and agility. Oh, I'm gonna get in the tree. Got in the tree. Keep on the throttle. In high rates, it's got the auto flip, which is really annoying. Flip button here on the left, or on the right, sorry. If you don't hit a button, it does a flip in a series. You saw the left barrel roll there. Now that's a back flip, and a right barrel roll, and then a forward flip. But you can, oh, if you're quick, you can't hit the button and then give it a direction. It'll flip in that direction. Nope, not able to do it. I'm not quick enough. So that's something to consider. You can't really do fast forward flight and do flips and rolls. At least in my experience. Yeah, even if you hold it down and then press in a direction, it still does one of the 4 flips, not necessarily in the direction, but it's a left barrel roll, back flip, right barrel roll, front flip. Here, I'll switch it into high air. We'll do the yaw. That's full yaw and 60% right there. Now we'll go to the 100%, which is top left. And we got the flip. You don't even have to give it full. You have to be very careful, or it does a flip again. It's just annoying to try to fly it at 100% rate. There's another flip. It wanted to do another one there. Oh, and it did another one, several. Switching back out of that so it don't get it too far away. But on 60%, it's a pretty fun little flyer. It's got those rubber feet on the bottom, so if you land outside in the hard cement, It's got those good rubber feet to land on it, won't damage your motor pods. Takes a little bit of that jarring away. You probably can't see this as I've gotten it out away from me way too many times here. Sorry, it's getting away from me a little bit. Whoa, and it's hung up. Great. Well, that'll be the end of this video. That's what I get for flying around all these trees, right? Well, hopefully you find that somewhat informative. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks.